Que pasa YouTube, Sykpe Hacks here, obviously. And yeah, guys, so I had a Yugo duel before this uploaded, but I decided to send it into Goblin Attack Force, so I'll leave a link to Goblin Attack Force in the description below. Now, I had a PIP narration ready for you guys, which I apologize for another non-PIP narration. Now, I know I've done like my past 3 battles non-PIP narration, but now I cannot do them. It's not because I'm busy, it's because my sister's laptop charger decided to break, which is where I did all my editing, which means I have to wait about 2 weeks in order for her to get a new charger, which means you guys will go another 2 weeks without seeing my ugly ass face, which for those of you who are my lowest subscribers and will still see my non-PIP narrations, I want to thank you all and I love you all. For the other ones, which I don't want to offend you all, but it's fine if you don't watch my battles, as long as you don't unsubscribe. Just know that PIP narration will be back within a week or 2. But yeah, anyways, this battle was against Sharpedophile, whose link will be down in the description. And how about we get right into it? Obviously, it's a UU battle because I have a bunch of those. And I believe this is like my last UU battle I actually have saved up, guys. So relieved for that. So he's a lead off with Nidoqueen. I lead off with Mamoswine. I'm going to go straight for the Earthquake, knowing that he does have Zapdos, but I'm not fearing him switching into it because obviously Slowbro would be the better counter to a Mamoswine because it can take Earthquakes and Icicle Crash is like a monster. But that Earthquake actually does way more than I thought it would. I don't know if I got min damage twice in a row or not, but the second one did a little bit less than the other one, so I guess I was a bit of minimum damage. But he's actually going to go for the Toxic. Now, I was a little confused by that because I thought he would have gone for the Scald just to try to burn me, but to each their own, I suppose. So I'm not going to overpredict. It's still early on in the battle, and I'm just going to go straight for the Earthquake as he does make the good play going down to a Zapdos, which the way he brought it in has me thinking that maybe he's an offensive one because he's actually going to go for the Heat Wave. Now, normally, physically defensive Zapdos carry are mostly Subroost, Toxic, and Thunderbolt, and don't normally carry Heat Wave. And yeah, so I go for the Icicle Crash. Now that does a shitload of damage, does about 99%, and the Zapdos fucking lived. Literally, what? Mamoswine, why are you so weak? But I do carry the Ice Shard, and I will be able to KO the Zapdos next turn. I guess he wanted to leave it in for Death Fodder, or maybe thought I would go for an Earthquake, Endeavor, Stealth Rock, something, I don't know. And you will see that me not getting up my Stealth Rocks definitely ends up costing me a lot in the long run of this battle. But stick around and see, guys. So he's going to go back onto his Nidoqueen as I'm going to go into my Daffy Duck, my modest Eviolite Max HP Porygon 2, which this was a set I was testing out, the offensive Eviolite set. Now I managed to trace a Sheer Force, which means I'm 383 max special attack with Ice Beam, 2 times super effective, Sheer Force boosted, and Nidoqueen lives that. How the hell do you live? Whatever. So I'm just gonna go for another Ice Beam. Managed to do a decent amount of damage to this Bisharp. Now I don't want to let Bisharp get behind the substitute and start setting up on me, so I'm gonna stand and gonna go for the Thunderbolt, which will manage to KO because I believe it's neutral, and that Brick Break did a whole lot more than I thought it would, and you'll see how that actually ends up costing me later on in the battle. So he's actually going to go on to a Sock this turn, which I think is Scarf because that's what normally Socks are nowadays. So I'm going to take this opportunity to go on to my Zapdos, which is my physical defense wall, and I'm going to take that close combat like a fucking monster. Now, if that had done more, I'm pretty sure that it would have been Choice Banded, but judging for how much damage it is, that tells me that he's Scarfed. So I'm actually going to double switch out into my Porygon 2, predicting him to go back out into his Nidoqueen, thinking I will go for a Thunderbolt or Toxic. So we're back into the position that we were earlier, but I will not be able to live a Sheer Force boosted Stab Earth Power because I'm at such low amount of HP. Even though I do have the Eviolite, I don't have any special defense EVs, and Nidoqueen do have a decent special attack. So I unfortunately lose my Porygon 2, which Porygon 2 possibly wouldn't have been that much useful besides taking out his Nidoqueen. But I do have my Donomar. Now I'm going to go on to this. Now what I should have done here was gone for the Dragon Dance. But I was fearing that he had the Thunderbolt and could possibly KO me when I'm bulky as fuck. I don't know why I thought that. But I do manage to get rid of Nidoqueen, so if he does have Toxic Spikes, he will not be able to set them. Wait, yeah, he will not be able to set those up anymore. So he's going to go into a Sock now. Here I'm going to make yet another dumbass play, and I'm actually going to lock myself into Outrage when I should have gone for the Waterfall. The next turn I could have just switched out into my Zapdos. But honestly, my Kingdra really doesn't serve that much purpose for his team outside of Sock, which, you know what, I already broke its sturdy, which means if I can get one hit off on it, or if I can get Roserade in and set up a layer of spikes, I do not have to deal with Sock anymore. So breaking Sock sturdy was definitely a good thing. As I'm gonna go into my Chandelure, and I'm gonna go straight for the Shadow Ball, not over predicting, knowing that he's obviously has to switch out unless he wants to leave in his Sock for Death Fodder, because he is locked into the close combat, and I'm going to be able to obliterate the Slowbro at that low amount of HP. As I believe the score is 3-2 in my favor at this point. He's gonna go into a Sock now. I don't know if he's gonna go for the Stone Edge. I don't know if he's gonna go for the Earthquake, but I'm gonna switch out into my Zapdos, hoping that if he does go for Stone Edge, I can take it easily. But he actually decides to go for the Earthquake, which, you know what, is a good play, because, well, good play for me anyways, because I will be able to go for the Discharge and maybe Fish for paralysis on his Sceptile. So let's, come on, 30%, and of course, you guys know my luck, I do not get it, but you know what, whatever. Normally, Sceptiles are special attacking, so I know I can take absolutely anything, but he's got the Rock Slide, which I am physically defensive, so I'm really not too worried about that, because eventually, I'll be able to roost up accordingly and just keep hitting the discharges and maybe get a paralysis so I can bring in my Chandelure safely and maybe set up a Trick Room and just start smashing shit. So I know he's going to go for another Rock Slide, because judging from that damage, I believe he's banded, and I'm just going to roost up this turn. He flinched me. Really? So now I lose my Zapdos, but honestly, I'm not scared. I have Roserade, which can take Rock Slides for days. So I'm really not too scared at this point, as I'm going to go into my Rosalinda. Now, my game plan at this point was to get up a layer of Spikes, knowing I can live at least maybe 3 Rock Slides, then go for a Sludge Bomb, and he flinches me again. Which means this turn, I'm going to be forced to go for the Sludge Bomb, hope he does not flinch me, and KO the Sceptile, when I would have got up a layer of Spikes, and this turn I would have gone for the Sludge Bomb, which means when Sock was brought in, he would have died off because he was at 1 HP, which means now he can easily just bring in Sock and Stone Edge or Earthquake my Roselia to death and easily KO my Chandelure. So that's going to be probably Evan's game 1-0, as I'm going to go into my Lumiere knowing for a fact I possibly can't live anything, as he goes for the 2 times super effective Earthquake, easily going to take me out. So yeah, good game, Evan, but wait a minute. Did Chandelure just live an Earthquake from a Sock? And I die off to my own life orb, but the game says that I won, which I would have won if he hadn't got that flinch on Roserade, but I'm still going to count this battle as a draw. So very, very good game, Evan. Make sure to go check him out, guys, and if you enjoyed the battle, please click a like button down below. Again, sorry for no PIP narration, guys. And yeah, with that, I am out of here. Later.